Hey folks, in today's video we're back with more Gold Stake Balatro. In this run, I made an early commitment to an Eternal Joker Stencil on Ghost deck, with the hopes of hitting it with as many copies of Ankh as possible, even passing on a Brainstorm for the sake of the bit. This decision paid off as I was able to live out the dream stencil build by the end of this run. Enjoy the video. Joker offerings early have been pretty brutal too. I can't draw a hand that's like exceptionally likely to be drawn right now. Alright. Surely we'll find something worth hexing. Going Wraith mode here. Okay, Immolate's probably actually just better anyway. Probably selling the Hex. Cool, definitely selling the Hex. Like, shoot, the moon is back. Okay, we could go for the Giga Stencil build. That actually does carry us for quite a bit. It being eternal means that I can get X's and Ankhs to my heart's content. This is a much better setup, but I'm gonna commit to the bit here. I don't actually care about that when we need to play pairs and stuff, right? He's committed? I'm about to be committed, if you know what I'm saying. I'll take the 8. And you know what? I'll actually take a peek in here as well. Okay. Probably want that ace more than anything. Joey, thank you for the super chat. You consider doing the challenge again in a run someday? I mean, the thing with the challenges is that at this point, having played this much Balatro, they're not very challenging. So I don't think it makes for great content. And given the viewership, neither do most people that watch my videos. Okay. It's the meta for Jokerless, the only challenge I care about. Big hands, lots of enhancements. Like, you can play pretty much any hand and beat Jokerless. Why did you take Foil Cola instead of Sly? Better now and gives upside later? Didn't it cost a lot of money? Which can be exchanged for goods and services. So I couldn't afford it.
Just because you have the money to buy something doesn't mean you can afford that thing. That applies in real life as well. Alright, we're just going aces, I guess. At a super point, you learn that you don't have to buy things you don't need and can save money for something else later. Yes, that's very true, but it's also true that just because you have a resource, this is especially true for Money Tree, doesn't mean you have to maximize or get value off of that resource at every opportunity. Like Money Tree, regular interest here, I'm better off spending because I'm weak. So like just because you have a resource, like maximizing value in every instance is not necessarily the best play you can make. Especially when you're doing a gold stake run. Yeah, we have not been seeing a lot of spectral cards, in part because my econ is kind of terrible. But surely we can fix that. Other things have real value besides econ maxing at the micro level, yes. Not spending has a cost in some instances as well as spending does. It doesn't matter how much money you have if you're dead. I had a real hard time drawing those aces despite having many of them. I mean, at this point, we could be better off just like selling everything that isn't stencil already. Like, if we can draw those aces more reliably, or just get a few more levels in pairs. Guess we are just doing an ace build. Huge. Yeah, let's see how we draw into the hook. Probably selling here. Hand size is big. Again, probably spending to try and okay. Alright, gotta figure out what we want to do with that. Currently it does very little for me, though. In fact, maybe it kills me. Probably kills me. Spectral card? Oh! That's how we can get our Ankhs. Okay. The problem is surviving until that point is going to be a bit difficult. Thanks, lucky cards. Yeah, Emperor goes kind of crazy here. just so that we have something. Honestly, pairs are kind of cooking. Let's see what this looks like. Oh! Huge. Oh my god, okay. That's a massive, massive deal.
Well met.
Because I need to be able to roll down here. Dave, thank you for the prime.
Well met.
And Smets, thank you as well. Okay, the wall is a problem here. Please let me survive this. Holy. Chips are kind of a problem right now. That doesn't do it, does it? I might have to sell the Perkeo just to survive.
Well
I would
met.
rather keep it so that we can... Okay, that might save me. I'd rather keep it so that we can keep the Ankh dream alive. Okay, we just need... we need 2 more here. Would have loved to have... I would have taken a death over the Hermit there. If we had one of those enhanced aces. Now we need some Ecto. I think that might be too greedy.
Well met.
Do probably want to trance, though. Okay, that slows us down short term, but is kind of helpful. Morphine. And Josh, thank you for the support. Let's get rid of these. That was not worth the gamble. Ugh. I think we just need to pair spam still. This is decent leverage. Okay. Since we got the campfire, I think we can get away with this. Huge. We really only need 1 hex, though. Can't get blue seal value here, unfortunately. Big gamer, thank you for the 2 months. Okay, if we hit here, we can actually go in. I need to kind of spend a bit here, though. Lancer, thank you for the bits. Okay. We're in. 5 polychrome, 5 polychrome stencils. If you save the 1 non-poly for future ecto, yeah, because we could still hex it after the fact, but we can't keep the Perkeo anymore. That's the main thing, because this boss blind is too nasty for me. So we Ankh first, then we hex. Okay, so we have space for 2 ectos. It's not bad. Why not hex first? We had a long discussion about that seconds ago, right before I did it. Decent temperance value. Probably do want to start building up towards like 5 of a kind as our hand. More roll.
Well met.
We'll take 1 more hex maybe. Dr. Fat, thank you for the prime. Medium. Huge. Unfortunate. Joker, would you want to get the negative space another stencil or something better like Baron since you're running pairs or whatever? Baron would be terrible in my deck. So probably a Baron, yeah. You can just assume that I want a Baron. What we want is more copies of Stencil and nothing else. So here's the Ecto. Now we look for another Ankh. Yeah, it does improve the stencil for the time being. Whoops. More discards. More Mercury. Even more Mercury. Oh no, not an extra large boss blind. Do this for now, but we'll stick with pairs over 3 of a kind since we've got so many additional levels on it. And actually, we might just want to stay in pairs permanently because if we keep ectoing, we're going to go down to a hand size where we can't reliably hit the 5 of a kind or potentially ever hit the 5 of a kind. I think I'll take the $20 since we're looking for Spectral. Jeez. Can decide on that later. I think I'd rather have another Joker slot. We're hitting everything that isn't the Ecto and the Ankh. Maybe we do want to swap to 5 of a kind. Maybe less aces and we can immolate here. Yep. Do this for the short term. Or in case we aren't able to get the Joker set up that we're looking for. That's unacceptable. That's not a stencil. Okay. We did it. Now we just need the Ankhs. Sure, why not? Oh. Oh. Have nothing to hex. I think I want the money because again, we just want to incorporate as many stencils as possible. Here. Sure. So there's a chance we could get through ante-12 with this. Obviously, that chance dramatically increases if we get more stencils. Why did you want that to be a stone? Why not? I figured maybe later we could get blood from it or something.
Well met.
Bye-bye, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Holy. Alright, just don't snipe the purple. I was a little bit too greedy. I was trying to get another death copy as the... But unlucky, I guess. Shouldn't have said anything about the purple? Yeah, it's fine. There will be more mediums eventually, right? Never punished? You literally just watch me get punished. Bye-bye, thank you for the bits. Yeah, I do love a good multi-stencil run. Huge. Let's really make sure that this one is a lucky card, though. Man, these lucky cards are kind of going crazy. You get 10 Ankhs in a row, can you get an imp? We'd need a lot more than 10. Probably should have rolled into potential spectral cards before opening that pack. Wait a minute. Do I have any sixes? I have 2 6s. Could make more 6s because I have 1 5. It's not a bad one, but there are things I would have rather had. Aura farming. I should have just used that on the king. Well, okay. Oh, we had our 6. Not the one we're looking for. Where Ankh? Fold? I've never been so irritated by the number of deja vus that we're getting here. You actually looking for an Ankh? Yeah. Why wouldn't I be? That's the whole point of this run. Oops, order. Cryptid 6s you won't. I won't because I don't have any more 6s in my deck. So you're right. Wraith, just take it with us. Okay. Hmm. Huge. Just give me more money. Nasco, thank you for the super chat. And Joey Jojo, thank you for the membership. Come on. At least let me get one more on the way out. That's huge. We don't actually even need to sell that, but... Okay. So we're through this next blind, whether or not we get another Ankh, but I would love to get another couple Ankhs. So I think we are just taking more money to keep rolling. Because more Ankhs is more funny. So many of the wrong spectrals. The next Ecto is -3 hand size. We've taken 2. Jason. Thank you for the super chat. You would need 75 stencils to nan imp, by the way? Yeah, we're not getting anywhere near that, obviously. Oh, that does mess with our symmetry a bit. You need Perkeo to get stencil nan imp? Well, I mean, we had Perkeo. But like you also need blueprints and brainstorms and a lot more than what we had going on, so. Yeah, that's true. That's also on Plasma deck that we would need 75, so probably a bit more on Ghost. Maybe we get a spectral skip or something. Seen so many familiars and incantations. Queens. Okay. Missed the spectral skip. I still don't like spectral skips, but I don't know. That's more of a last-ditch effort than anything. Because I think spectral skips are pretty low odds even with 3 of them. We would see like, what, 6 total spectral cards? Just seeing another shop where like we'll just see 6 total spectral cards. Or at least close to it. See? Oh, that one can be ectoed. It hit the 2 out of 3, or 2 out of 4. No, 2 out of 3. We could also hex it, since we're not likely to be able to get another Ankh and an ecto here. So I think we just hex it. Yeah, we also don't necessarily want the 3 hand size. Probably should actually have used that. Alright, we do die here. Although maybe the glass can save me. Steel? I have... No, we're not doing steel. I have a 6-card hand and I'm playing a 5-card hand. It's Auramax here. I think we can maybe get by with the glass. Does this reach ante 19? We'll be lucky if it reaches ante 14. We just saw our score.
Well met.
Dracula's father, thank you for the 8 months. Did lose a fair amount of glass in that. Seltzer could help. Honestly, Showman's kind of funny. We missed this anyway. That doesn't allow me to block the spectrals, though. So I think we kill it and look for the Ankh. Nice. Farm up a little bit. Steel plus crypto. Stop trying to get me to play steel. That doesn't make sense with this build. It's not good, and I'm not going to. We want glass.
Well met.
You. Actually... yeah.
Well met.
Gray and Skittle, thank you for the primes. Crunchy? Yeah, but... like, on the bright side, it doesn't matter because... we're dead next ante anyway. It's just a matter of... can we luck into the, what's our deck look like? Oh, we're not going to get a great immolate here, are we? Perkeo will go crazy? I believe you believe that. In fact, Perkeo did go crazy. Banana. All right. Wait. That could have been bad. Still is a little bad. Baja Bussy Blaster, thank you for the bits. Nice Jokerless run? Yeah, something like that. This should just barely be enough, I think. But I think we die before we get the 7th Ankh. Or the 7th stencil. Even if we do, like 8x doesn't get us through this next ante anyway. We did it? We did it, but we die. Wait, it's another naked one, so we hex it now. Alright. 7 stencils. Time to die. What is that, 7 to the 7th power? Oh god, that's pretty stupid. This probably would have been better with the glass than the extra stencil, but shut up, I like it. Wait a minute. Let's just throw a full red seal glass once we find it. But nah, this is not going to get us there. Oh, I was wrong. It barely got us there. Problem is that just broke almost all of our glass. So we're going to need some of these. And one of these. Okay, then. What if another Ankh? I don't have Joker space, so I cannot take another Ankh. Also, I cannot make a hand worth playing with another Ankh because I would have 3 cards instead of 6. So I think you're underestimating how much the red seal glass is doing for us. Can't even Ecto? I know, but like, even if I could, I shouldn't. I would get weaker as a result of Ecto. Ow. Okay, we have enough glass still. Not the arm. Okay. Antimatter is not possible. No, I don't have the blank voucher. And again, it doesn't matter. We would need to score 100, like, more than 100 times our current score, which is not what an antimatter into another stencil provides. Because it's at least E16, possibly more. I don't remember off the top of my head. But like the only thing that can maybe keep us alive is a hieroglyph. Here's our best score, though. I know it's a dumb thing, but showman into negative and skip. Again. Another stencil doesn't help us. We're also just a little bit short here, it seems. 1, 2. I don't have enough glass to make it. Jace, thank you for the super chat. Wait, maybe I do? I do have one more. Do I ever greet? I think I can greet it once. Okay. The steel almost makes up for this not being a red seal. But fortunately, we don't need to double this. I think this gets us there. Especially since it is 5 of a kind instead of flush 5, which is a better hand right now. Barely. Is it 17? So we need like times 1,000, right? Yeah. We need times 1,000. Which another Joker would not do. So stop trying to stop trying to save a dead run, chat. Runs die. This one died. It was a great journey. It was a fun run. Just let it die in peace. Also, how are we supposed to take the showman? God. Huge temperance value. Chat grasping at imaginary straws? Yeah. Like, it's okay. We had a good run already. Why do we need to, like, dwell on things that can't happen? Just enjoy the ride. As I have. Man, I've been chasing a run like this for so long now. I'm glad that we finally got it. Big thank you to Perkeo for making this possible. And GG. One last run for the road. Let's see how many of the glass breaks. Oh, now none of the glass breaks. Okay. We were only off by 1,000, chat. Almost exactly 1,000.